Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers Justin Fields breaks silence on proving detractors wrong at 3-0. After the Pittsburgh Steelers' 20-10 victory over the Los Angeles Chargers, quarterback Justin Fields was asked if he feels like he's proving his detractors wrong by starting out 3-0 following the trade away from the Chicago Bears. "I'm not really worried about that," Fields responded during his post-game press conference. "I'm more so into proving myself right. I know what kind of player I am," the Steelers QB went on. "I haven't changed, kind of my whole life. So, at the end of the day, my teammates helped me be great, so shout out to them, shout out to our defense, shout out to everybody else on the offense for pushing me each and every day of practice." Fields added that he's definitely glad and feeling good to be in this position with the Steelers. "Starting 3-0 means a lot," the quarterback acknowledged later. "But at the end of the day, it's not just me winning games, it's the whole team. So, I'm just happy to be a part of this team. Happy to be a part of this organization." Although Fields has yet to blow the NFL world away, he's played winning football early on, and that continued against the Chargers. Fields finished with his best passing total of the year at 245 yards and a touchdown through the air. He also took the ball into the end zone himself, rushing for 6 yards and a TD. Plus, Fields was incredibly efficient as a passer, with a 78.1 completion percentage. The former first-round talent did make one mistake on September 22, forcing a short pass which was tipped and eventually intercepted, but it was an otherwise strong performance. "The defender just matched the stick route way too fast, and I just shouldn't have thrown the ball," Fields said after the game, regarding his interception. "Got tipped, but at the end of the day, either should have worked the other side of the field and thrown it to the flat because they were so soft, or just throw the ball away. Especially when we were already in field goal range at the 40-yard line. That can't happen," the Steelers signal caller concluded. "That can't happen again." Aside from the lone Week 3 turnover, Fields probably played his best outing overall versus the Chargers. As a reminder, LAC came into Pittsburgh with the top-ranked defense in the NFL in terms of points allowed. Fields was also very appreciative of his teammates after the game, especially wide receiver Calvin Austin III, who had a huge outing that included a catch-and-run touchdown that went for 55 yards. "Of course, huge play," Fields said of Austin's long TD. Joking that "you always appreciate the YAC, the yards after catch, as a quarterback." Austin finished with 4 receptions for 95 yards and the aforementioned touchdown. He led the Steelers' passing attack on Sunday, but it was a much more well-rounded offense in Week 3. Najee Harris ran for 70 yards with another 16 through the air, George Pickens pitched in 57 yards, tight end Pat Freiermuth and wide receiver Scotty Miller both topped 30 receiving yards, and veteran Cordarrelle Patterson rushed for another 33. It was a balanced approach for offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, and this unit is starting to look more and more comfortable with Fields at the helm. TJ Watt and brother JJ share heartwarming moment after TJ's major life announcement. Pittsburgh Steelers outside linebacker TJ Watt shared a heartwarming moment with his brother, JJ, in an interview before the Steelers' 20-10 win over the Los Angeles Chargers. JJ, now an analyst for CBS on Sunday, gave TJ a surprise gift live on the air. TJ and his wife, Danny, are expecting their first child together in February, so JJ decided to give TJ a mini number 90 jersey that simply says Dad on the back. "This is great," JJ Watt was interviewing his brother, TJ Watt, and surprised him with a baby dad jersey after he and his wife announced that they're expecting their first child. "I appreciate you trying to mess up my headspace," TJ said back. As usual, TJ went on to have a standout game, racking up 5 pressures and a sack against Chargers standout offensive tackle Joe Alt. TJ now has a sack in each of the Steelers' first 3 games as he leads a ferocious pass rush that will contend for the best in the NFL. After the game, JJ heaped more praise onto his brother, who was smashing all of his records. In his first 107 career games, TJ had 99.5 sacks, but JJ had 94 sacks. If he stays healthy, he's gonna surpass every single record I've ever set. Kid's incredible, JJ said about his brother. All three What brothers, JJ, Derek, and TJ, made it to the NFL. Derek and JJ have since retired, but TJ remains one of the NFL's best players and continues to anchor the Steelers' defense. Linebacker TJ Watt continued his hot start to the 2024 season with another sack in Week 3. But fellow edge rusher Nick Herbig came off the bench to star for the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Los Angeles Chargers on September 22. Replacing an injured Alex Highsmith, Herbig posted 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits and 3 solo tackles. Both of his sacks came in the second half, helping the Steelers hold the Chargers to negative yardage after halftime. It was the first multi-sack performance of Herbig's NFL career. Watt addressed Herbig's breakout day with the media after the Steelers defeated the Chargers 20-10. "Not surprised, man. That kid works his tail off," Watt said to reporters. "That kid has supreme confidence in himself," Watt continued when asked another question on Herbig. "You can't tell him anything, and I respect the heck out of it. He's going to everything he possibly can to perform. He's going to ask every question, he's going to turn over every stone, and bust his tail. I respect the heck out of Nick, and I'm glad he had the day that he did today." NFL Insider drops devastating injury update on Pittsburgh Steelers starter. The Pittsburgh Steelers announced on Saturday that they were placing right tackle Troy Fautanu on injured reserve. The Steelers will be without their rookie offensive lineman for more than 4 games. According to Ian Rappaport with the NFL Network, Fautanu will have surgery to repair ligament damage in his knee. Via Rappaport, sources, Steelers' impressive rookie RT Troy Fautanu, who was placed on IR this week, suffered what is essentially a dislocated kneecap and will have surgery to repair the ligament damage. Fautanu is out for the regular season, though, could return if Pitt makes the playoffs. Fautanu sustained the injury during Friday's practice. On Saturday morning, he was ruled out of the Steelers' Week 3 game against the Los Angeles Chargers. With Fautanu out, the Steelers started their 2023 first-round pick, Broderick Jones, at right tackle. Jones was benched during the Steelers' Week 2 contest against the Denver Broncos. Following Sunday's game, a reporter asked head coach Mike Tomlin how Jones responded to going from being benched in Week 2 to starting for the Steelers' 20-10 win over the Chargers. "As I mentioned at the early portions of the week, I expected Jones to respond positively and appropriately, and he did," Tomlin said via the Steelers' YouTube channel. The Steelers will need Jones to keep up that response for at least the rest of the regular season. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Troy Fautanu? Leave your opinion in the comments.